All right. So let's just cover real quick because I thought it was at least good news if we're talking about American players. Jones with an assist and a goal for Schalke in the Europa League. And then Josie still in it for Aze. Hanover's still in it, so Dolo's still in it. And Sporting's still in it, so Gooch is still in it. So some good news for American players.
He's injured currently, but still, yeah.
He is injured, but his team's going through. I guess the real point is if you were able to catch Jones playing for Schalke in the Europa League this past week, he was amazing. He was great. He was attacking. He was playing, of course, the CM spot. And I just thought to myself watching him play, if he ever plays that good, and if Bradley continues to play as good as he has, and you put those two together, and they kind of feed off of each other, and if one goes up, the other backs up, and the other goes up, the other backs down. If they could actually figure something out, boy, would that be one hell of a CM tandem.
Mm-hmm.
At their best. All right, so what else do we have here? More topics. It just never ends today, Brett. I feel like we're going topic crazy here. Let me crumble up the Garber interview. There it goes. All right, the next topic was Qatar. This will be short. We've been kind of into short topics all day. The Qatar officials this is the headline, question the need for alcohol at the 2022 World Cup stadiums. Okay, I'm okay with that. I question the need for alcohol in stadiums too. But I don't know if that's really, it should be for them to make that decision, really. I think that should have been part of agreeing to be a host in the World Cup because everybody knows that the beer companies are the big sponsors of this thing.
Big sponsors.
You can't just, nudge them out. Well, they're only going to serve it at the hotels? Because that's what it sounds like they're going to do.
Yeah, we had this issue with Brazil just recently, and they passed it.
Yep.
Saying that they're going to allow alcohol at the stadiums.
Yep.
And this is going to be an issue. My question is, I wonder how much FIFA will bend. We already have talk from high officials in soccer, not necessarily in FIFA, but in soccer, saying moving the World Cup to winter wouldn't be such a bad idea.
Yeah, right.
And now we're talking, maybe we don't need this. Maybe we don't need this alcohol. I mean, I think the alcohol is not going to happen. The moving to winter is more likely to happen than alcohol. We'll put it that way. Because I think, as you pointed out, the alcohol, whether it's Heineken, whether it's Budweiser, whatever, it is a major sponsor. They flood millions and millions, if not billions, into it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No.
They can throw up a hissy fit all they want, but you know what? They're going to have to bend if they want to keep the World Cup.
How many other rules do they get to change or things do they get to change? Now, maybe they can get it changed that they get to
change their proposal.
Well, they can change it so they get to have 11 players and all of the teams have to play with 9. And they get to have as many Brazilians and Venezuelans on their team as they want as well.
We just really want to boost our YouTube hits, don't we?
All right. We don't running out of time, so let's get to this. In fact, wow, we're really pushing it. There's an article by Jason Davis in The Guardian. It was called, "If It Wasn't for Soccer Moms, MLS Would Be Bigger Than NASCAR." And I want to read the part that I really love for him because it really does make sense, although I don't completely 100% agree with what he's saying, because I really don't think that you can blame the whole political advent of soccer moms for soccer's slow rise in the United States. I don't think it would have made that much difference whether the political end came up with the term soccer moms or not. I think we'd probably be still somewhere in the same. Maybe we'd be a couple years ahead. I don't know, but not much. But he says, from a soccer perspective, there's not much that sums up the sports image problem in America better than the phrase soccer mom. It's loaded with connotations that run directly counter to soccer's natural populist character. It fully expresses because the perceived affluence of a soccer mom has apparently settled in the upper middle class range, judging by contemporary media usage, just how upside down access to the sport in the U.S. has been over for the past 4 decades. Now that soccer moms are viewed as women of privilege, which makes their kids children of privilege, the phrase further exacerbates soccer's image as a sport of rich white suburbanites. I don't begrudge anyone the right to be successful, but that's not what soccer is, and it's certainly not how I want the country this country, the United States, at large to view it. Soccer is the people's game. Soccer moms are not the people. Anyhow, I love the article. It was very,
I was going to say, did you just want to read the whole article?
Well, it was a good article, man, and it was very thought-provoking. I don't know if you feel like I do, but I just don't blame, the advent of that political term in 1996 for the slow rise in soccer in the United States. I think it would have been slow anyhow.
And that's the key right there that I wanted to bring up, is it wasn't necessarily a bag on actual soccer moms and the people that are termed soccer moms.
Right.
It was the term itself is what he's referring to. It's more or less a derogatory term that is used against soccer here in the States.
And it's an oversimplification too.
It is. It really is. I mean, you don't see people saying, "Oh, you're a baseball mom," and use that as a negative towards it. All it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't. I don't think it necessarily slowed soccer down. It did hurt its image I think it hurt its image as far as nationwide is concerned.
Yeah, he points that out. I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, it's used in a negative use now. Well, when it was created, it wasn't.
Right.
But that's how it normally starts.
Right.
So I think like you think. In all honesty, I think it's not the cause of the slow ascent,
right.
But it is definitely a cause for how slow it is.
But, I mean, Major League Soccer, he's right in this. Wasted a whole lot of money and time at the beginning. Years, in fact. Maybe 2 or 3 years, to be fair. Maybe more. Wasting valuable funds and monies and focus trying to get soccer moms to bring their kids to the games. And that really shouldn't have been their focus in the first place. He makes a great point, and he's completely right. We did waste time. Like I said, we could maybe be 2 or 3 years ahead of where we are now, but it wouldn't be as dramatic as you might think. I don't think it would be bigger than NASCAR, as he says.
I think the thing to look at there is that, not only did we have ground to catch up, that's actually my point, really. It was a slow start, but we had ground to catch up because we had this negative connotation behind the sport itself.
Right.
If that wasn't there, then who knows how far ahead we'd be,